Here we go. All right. On the slideshow. All right. Well,
Perfect.
all right. So I'll just jump right in. Hello, everyone. My name is Dr. Theodore Jones. I'm the Senior Director of Talent Initiatives here at Global Detroit. Today, I will be discussing the untapped talent pool that international students represent for companies across Michigan. Michigan has some unique challenges when it comes to attracting talent to fill roles in our companies that I'll be discussing at the beginning of my presentation. I will then zoom in to discuss international students as a talent pool, success stories that we have found in hiring international students, and how you can go about hiring this untapped talent pool for your company. So with that, let's begin. Um, there we go. Here are the major factors that are contributing to the headwinds faced by Michigan companies to fill talent positions. First, Michigan is a net exporter of talent and population to other states. Second, demographics are not on our side. Not only is population declining overall in our state, but the median age of our population is growing older and will continue to do so for the foreseeable future into 2050. And third, both of these factors contribute to labor shortages in Michigan, where finding talent that have the requisite skills to fill open positions with your company will become harder and harder over the decades to come. So concerning the first bucket, Michigan as an exporter of talent, this closely aligns with our state's population trends. Michigan is estimated to have had a loss of 7,656 people to other states from 2023 to 2024, and is ranked 41st in the nation among states in numeric domestic migration loss. This puts us as one of 23 states that have experienced domestic population loss in this period. Concerning the second bucket, Michigan's aging population, let's first look at our state's overall population shortage. We have had more deaths than births, and according to the 2021-2022 census, a net loss population of 13,500 people in 2022. In 2022, our migration net loss was 8,500. And like I said, in 2023, it was 7,656 people. So it has improved since 2022. But however, our population gain is really a story of an immigration gain with a net gain of 18,800 people in 2022. So those are people from other countries migrating or immigrating to Michigan to live and find work here. Simply put, all of Michigan's population gain since 2000 is from immigration, with a net gain of 175,000 people since 2000. Further, Michigan currently ranks 49th out of 50 states in terms of population growth. This has also been coupled with a decline in median household income as well. Put another way, not only is Michigan growing at the second lowest rate in America, but we are growing less prosperous than we did in the 1970s. Further, our state's median age population continues to rise. Over the past 20 years, our state's overall median population has risen from 37 to 40 years old. By 2050, Michigan's median population is projected to rise above the age of 45 years old. These factors, such as population loss, low population growth, and an aging Michigan, contribute to our state experiencing labor shortages. Here are 5 factors that fuel labor shortages here in Michigan. The first two, population loss and an aging population, we have just discussed. The third factor, retention, closely aligns with the population loss factor, as young people in our state often graduate and look for work opportunities in other states, including close to home in Chicago. The fourth factor, attraction, has to do with enticing talent from other states to move to Michigan. But the same factors that are incentivizing Michiganders to leave our state are also disincentivizing Americans from other states from relocating and pursuing job opportunities here. Finally, the fifth factor, skills, has to do with the number of workers that Michigan attracts or produces to fill positions. Looking to the number of workers that our state produces, Michigan ranked 27th in the US for education attainment in 2023, with our rate of students earning at least a baccalaureate degree at just 47.1%. So, how do we address these headwinds? To do so, it is important for Michigan companies to look for previously untapped sources of talent to address labor shortages. That is where increasing hiring of international students can represent a strategy to expand the overall talent pool in our state. International students as a talent population have several preferable qualities to address labor shortages in our state. First, this is a highly educated population of potential workers that earn degrees and advanced degrees in demanding fields, especially STEM-related fields. Second, it is an underutilized talent resource, as 60% of these students are unable to find work after they graduate from a Michigan university. Third, international students are legally allowed to work in the US through several visa pathways that we will discuss later in the presentation, and it is easier than you think. Fourth, these are students with soft skills, namely a motivation to succeed in the employment opportunity that they are offered, that make them an asset for any Michigan company. And fifth, they are a growing population of potential workers as more and more students from across the world want to study here in Michigan. Here's a makeup of international students studying here in Michigan. As you can see, in the 2023-24 school year, we had over 38,000 international students study here. This is a 13.8% increase over last year, and we currently rank 8th in the nation when it comes to international students choosing to study at our universities. So, who are international students? International students are non-immigrants. They come to the US with the intention to study and earn a degree. The most common visa type for international students is the student F1 visa. The great thing about this visa is that built into it are pathways for students to gain practical work experience through curriculum practical training for when they are still in school, and optional practical training after they graduate with their degree. We will discuss both pathways later in the presentation. This is a highly accessible talent population. They want to stay in Michigan after they graduate, and they are excited about working for Michigan companies. Further, as previously discussed, international students are a growing population of potential workers. There was a 13.8% gain in new international students studying in Michigan this school year over last school year, taking Michigan from 9th to 8th in the nation concerning our international student population. International students have the soft skills, knowledge, and abilities to perform work tasks well and add value to many Michigan companies. Finally, this is a talent pool that has a strong STEM focus. In fact, while only 30% of international students come to the US to pursue degrees in fields related to business, some 60% of them study in fields related to STEM. And here's a breakdown of international students earning advanced degrees in STEM related fields compared with their domestic student counterparts. As you can see, there are concentrations in STEM related fields of between 50 and 82%. So a majority, or at least half, of STEM related STEM fields with advanced degrees are concentrated with international students, which make them a great population to focus on when it comes to hiring for skilled talent in the STEM fields. So here are some of the common hurdles employers face when choosing to hire international students. First, there are costs in common whether an employer chooses to hire either domestic-born workers or international students. Though for international students, there are no costs involved in hiring these workers through their F1 student visa, which I will explain. Instead, costs here describe the investments involved for employers to hire any worker. Second, hiring international students requires a shift in perception that all employers must undergo, namely the expectation that if you hire a younger domestic-born worker, that they will remain with your company throughout their career. Today, workers age 25 to 34 years old stay on average in their positions 2.8 years. As international students with STEM-related degrees can remain in employment for 3 years, the length of tenure with your company of an international student with a STEM degree versus a domestic-born student will be roughly comparable. Finally, there are the unknowns involved in employing this workforce, especially if this is a new pathway you are pursuing to fill skilled talent needs. The good thing is you can find support in how to pursue hiring international students through us here at Global Detroit and other organizations such as STEAM Ahead and Michigan's Department of Labor and Economic Opportunity. I also wanted to highlight several companies that have employed hiring international students as a successful strategy to address skilled talent gap needs. All right, so now let's turn our attention to a case study of a Michigan company that has found success in hiring international students. Logic Solutions is headquartered in Plymouth, Michigan, and is a customer-driven web and mobile technology innovator. They build scalable, user-friendly, integrated solutions that stand the test of time. Here are two international students that they have successfully hired and who have had prolonged tenures with Logic Solutions. I'll just give you all a second to read them over. And as you can see, both were STEM-related international students. So again, this is a ready-made population that have the advanced skills, especially that companies in technology fields can draw upon to find successful workers. All right. So finally, I wanted to discuss the CPT, OPT, and STEM OPT visa pathways you can use to employ international students. So, like I mentioned, this is under the F1 student visa category. So what is it? That F1 visa is a non-immigrant visa that allows international students to study full-time at an accredited academic institution in the United States. Students may be eligible for curricular practical training, which allows them to work in paid full-time or part-time internships and gain employment training during school. After completing their program of study, they are eligible for optional practical training, which allows them to work full-time within their field of study. If they are in a non-STEM related field, they can work for an employer up to 1 year. And if they are in a STEM related field, they can work for an employer up to 3 years. But the great thing about this pathway is there really is no cost involved to the employer as opposed to some of the other visa categories. Um, Basically, the process is, once you choose to move forward with hiring an international student, they would just need to have proof, evidence that there is a job available for them. This is usually done through a letter. And then the student and the university then move forward with uh, uh, the paperwork and the authorization through the optional practical training pathway. So, again, no cost to the employer. The cost is actually borne by the international student that wants to take advantage of the optional practical training pathway. Now, other visa pathways are available if you want to extend these workers' tenures with your companies. For more information on these other pathways, I invite you to get in contact with me, and we will be happy to set up a consultation either with ourselves or with some of the great immigration attorneys that we partner with. So finally, Global Detroit believes that by intentionally including international talent in our community and economic development strategies, we will spark growth, revitalization, and sustained prosperity throughout the state of Michigan. This is a great first step, and we would love to partner with you on this journey. If you would like us to send you more information, or if you'd like to know more about how to move forward with finding and hiring international students to fill your skilled talent needs, then please get in contact with me. My email address is listed here. We would love to work with you and connect you with some of the great international students that we can uh, that we know can fill your talent needs. So with that, thank you very much. Are there any questions?
I'll kick us off with a question. So here in our region, we have a lot of small businesses, and we are very heavy in manufacturing, healthcare, and education in our industry as well. So what type of services does Global Detroit help provide to those small business owners and individuals who may not have those large corporations that were mentioned in the presentation today?
Absolutely. So, that really is a focus area for us. We take several pathways to try to find international students uh, employment opportunities after they graduate. One is we do one-on-one consultations uh, with businesses, no matter the size, as long as they're interested in hiring international students, we will work with you. We can um, be a convener for a regional approach where we can have a larger international student job fair within your region to invite local businesses, especially the manufacturing, education, and healthcare fields, to bring international students from across the state to learn more about your businesses and move forward with a hiring process. We also take a really individualized approach as well. We work one-on-one with companies. We've organized job mixers or individualized job um, hiring processes where we will bring international students that meet the uh, the needs of your open requisitions and what jobs um, talent needs that you're looking for, and we will bring them to your doorstep. We'll make it as easy as possible. We just want to do everything that we possibly can to make sure that we're making the opportunity of hiring international students accessible and easy for all of the work for all the businesses that we work with. All right. Any other questions?
Yes, I have one more. And
Uh-huh.
would an employer who is interested in the international student population, would they be able to bring a student on as an intern?
Yeah, so that is through the curriculum practical training pathway. It's relatively easy. If anything, it's easier than it really is all easy, but it's slightly easier than the optional practical training. Again, the student just needs to have evidence that an employer wants to move forward with offering them a position. In this scenario, it would be an internship, and then the student works with the university to secure the work authorization. So really, the extent of the employer's involvement in that visa pathway is just providing proof that there is a position available for that student, and then the student and the university take it from there to secure the work authorization.
Thank you so much, Dr. Theodore. Does anyone have any final questions today for Dr. Theodore before we close out our session?
Hi, no, this is Sandra. I don't have any questions, but thank you so much, Dr. Theodore, for your presentation and for this helpful information. I'm looking forward to diving a little bit deeper and rewatching to see, make sure I didn't miss anything.
Oh, well, thank you. And definitely if you decide to move forward, we'd love to talk to you. I actually have, I saw him a little bit earlier. Ruben is our program manager for the Southeast Michigan region, and he works directly with businesses. But I would love to talk to you as well and just and we also have a great pipeline of international students from across the state at our universities as well. So we have talent ready to go. But yeah, would love to give you some more information if you'd like to contact us, or we can just do a consultation.
Awesome, thank you. And if we have any employers on the line, if you reach out to Dr. Theodore, he's more than happy to help you. But please reach out to myself or Bree if you have any other additional questions or looking to contact those university partners that we have locally, as we can get you directly over to them, as they already have a group of students who are looking, as well as University of Michigan Flint already has a international student office with students who are looking to stay within the Flint area. So we hope that some of our employers will take the opportunity to keep them here, as that is their desire. But once again, thank you so much, Dr. Theodore, for being here with us. And if there's no further questions, I hope you all have a wonderful Tuesday, and we hope to see you again for our upcoming trainings. Please be sure to follow us on LinkedIn and Facebook, and check out our website at the the Flint Genesee Education and Talent Division, as you can see our upcoming trainings as well.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, everyone.
All right.